Oh man, look, I had already talked about this before. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Hold on, y'all. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, man. Now, according to Kevin O'Connor of the Ringer, the Wizards want to move Spencer Dinwiddie because he looks like a shell of himself, of his former self, and his teammates don't want him there. And this is, as you know, coming 10 days away from the NBA uh, trading deadline. Now, look, after a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies on Saturday, the point guard appeared to hint at tension in the locker room when asked about his leadership role in Washington. He said, "quote It's an interesting situation. I spoke up a little bit early on the season. It wasn't necessarily welcome." Dinwiddie said, and he said, and so, like I said, I try to do whatever's asked of me. At the end of the day, everybody has a role to play. It's about being accountable in your role and that doing that to the best of your ability. That's really all I've got. End quote. Now this is coming from the New York Post too, by the way. And look, I had already told y'all. I told y'all, man, that there was tension. Him and Bradley Bill have not been getting along. You can see it on the court. Like you could really see it on the court. I knew I knew that they weren't. There was something going on, and look, they were doing so well at the beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden, there's an issue. I knew that there was something going on. So now everything's coming out. All of this stuff is coming out, and see, this is crazy because the Washington actually has they got a decent squad, but the fact that they're getting into it, the fact that nobody wants Spencer Dinwiddie there, that says something. Now, um, I don't exactly think it's fully the fact that they think that Spencer Dinwiddie is his a shell of himself or something like that. I don't think it's just all of that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's another underlying issue, but this right here, man, it's all coming out, man. And see, I knew something was up, man, because for Washington just to slump like that and them not to do that good, like after a really like a great start, I think they started out 10-3. You knew that there was something going on in that locker room. You knew it, and I wouldn't have never thought that of Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, look, some personalities just don't mesh well together, man. That's just the reality of everything. And we gotta keep it 100 in that instance. But who would have ever thought that Spencer Dinwiddie and his teammates did not want him there? But they're certainly, they're not hiding it. They are not hiding it. And Spencer Dinwiddie, man, let me see, man, because he started out. Let me see how Spencer Dinwiddie has been doing collectively for the season. I mean, he shot very poorly. Yeah, he's only shooting 38.6% from the field, and he's averaging roughly 13.2 points. Uh, Spencer Dinwiddie has been known to be above 40%. He's a 40% percent shooter for his career, which isn't. I mean, that's still not tremendously great either. But in comparison to the year before he had got hurt, not last year, I'm talking about the year that they made the playoffs. The year that they made the playoffs, he was shooting 41.5% from the field and averaging 20.6 points. So that man, that's a huge drop in his production in comparison to when he was in Brooklyn. So no wonder, his teammates are like, well, we don't want to play with him. You know what I'm saying? He might be frustrated in the fact that he's not playing that well. He went 3 for 10 with Memphis, then went 2 for 10 against LA Clippers, 1 for 12 against Boston. You know, he went 3 for 11 against Brooklyn. I mean, just having some really, really off shooting nights, man. 1 of 5 for Philly. It didn't really even shoot that much. Like, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, no wonder they don't want to play with him. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think that's like I was talking about the Lakers. I don't think that's the answer to everything. Just trading away one player because you still gotta. That's not going to be the answer to everything. Because those other guys they got at the end of the day they're still going to go out. They're going to have to go out there and play regardless because you have you still have other guys on that team that were losing the game right along with Spencer Dinwiddie. It can't just be Spencer Dinwiddie, all Spencer Dinwiddie fault. Yeah, he might be a big portion of it, might be toxic and everything. You said, where did you hear this? This was according to the New York Post, Jay Steve's Hip Hop TV. This is in the New York Post, and this is according to Kevin O'Connor, and it's coming from the Ringer, Kevin O'Connor. Uh, it was just posted this afternoon, sir. And plus, it's no secret either, man. Uh, Many people will already tell you that Spencer Dinwiddie and Bradley Beal have not been getting along. They have no continuity on the court. And plus, you could just watch the games and tell. I don't know if you actually sat down and watched a Wizards game. Really, can you run down what I missed? Well, okay. Let me go back. All right, let's go back. And you can rewind all this because I said all of this in the beginning. Okay, listen. Spencer Dinwiddie. This is from the New York Post. Okay, they're not going to just put no bullshit out there. New York Post. It says Spencer Dinwiddie's Wizards teammates don't want him there. And it says, according to the Ringers, Kevin O'Connor, quote, the Wizards want to move Spencer Dinwiddie because he looks like a shell of his former self, and his teammates don't want him there. End quote. Listen, I'll repeat again. After a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies on Saturday, the point guard appeared to hint at tension in the locker room when asked about his leadership role in Washington. Okay, and this is what he had to say. He said, quote, it's an interesting situation. I spoke up a little bit early on this season. I wasn't necessarily welcome, end quote. That's coming from Spencer Dinwiddie. And he continued on. He said, and so, like I said, I just try to do whatever is asked of me. And at the end of the day, everybody has a role to play. It's about being accountable in your role and doing what uh, and doing that to the best of your ability. That's all I've got. End quote. That's coming from Spencer Dinwiddie. You can obviously tell that he's not happy. Yeah. Hey, look. Okay, you're a Wizards fan. Hey, Jay Steves. Okay, check this out. All right, brother. Check this out. I want you to go look at the games, man. And listen, let me run down his shooting for you, because his stats have been horrible, man. He's shooting 38% from the field. Okay, like I said, against Memphis, 3 of 10, 30%. LA Clippers, 2 of 10, 20%. At Boston, 1 of 12. You say you're a Wizards fan, so I'm pretty sure you've been watching this motherfucker struggling. At Brooklyn, 3 of 11. He wasn't playing like this before he got hurt. Spencer Dinwiddie was at least at 40%, brother. So it's a combination of several different things. Right. And obviously, but see, at the beginning of the season, though, JC, y'all started off 10-3. Y'all were number one at one point. Y'all were number one at one point. Now, I'm not going to go that far. Mojo Jojo, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to say that he's washed. You know what I'm saying? Because at the beginning of the season, they were playing good. All of them were. They had good continuity. Am I right, JC? Y'all, hey, Wes Unseld Jr., okay, you know how Bernie Bickerstaff is looking with Cleveland right now? That's how Wes Unseld Jr. was looking with this team, with the combination of Kuzma, with KCP being there. You know, and you got Montrezl Harrell. And then, of course, you got Bradley Beal. And then you got Dinwiddie. They were all hooping at the beginning of the season. Yeah, nah, he's not washed because he was playing better. I mean, he was playing better at the beginning of the season, Mojo. But you know, man, I'm not gonna lie to this. Hey, if you go look at my earlier videos, I had already did a video on this, a stream on this, JC, and I'd already talked about it. They had already talked about the tension between Spencer Dinwiddie and Bradley Beal. It's not working out. Exactly. They just don't mesh well together. And see, my thing is this: somebody got to be willing to take a back seat. If it's Bradley Beal, I know Bradley Beal feels like, okay, hey, this is my team and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he might be feeling like, okay, well, damn, I'm not trying to step on your toes. And now Wes Unseld Jr. don't have no control over the situation. And Wes Unseld Jr., man, he I think he's a great coach. He was a better coach than Mike Malone when he was in Denver, like I said. So, you know, man, this is something. Hey, JC, man, this is something this isn't anything new. Listen, the fact that all of his teammates don't want him there or don't want to play with him, that's new. But at first, it was just about Bradley Beal and him not having any chemistry on the court. You said Bill is not playing well either after having a down year. Yeah, exactly. He should be helping. Yeah, and see, last year he was second in scoring and everything, and Bradley Beal can score, but it's just like, you know, you're making shots that, you know, they don't really impact the game. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then, it'll impact everything, but it's like Bradley Bill's game is just it's like it's missing a lot. It's missing something. Now to get back on Spencer Dinwiddie, I would have never thought that because I thought Spencer Dinwiddie was always a good teammate. And see, this is the thing, JC. They made the playoffs without KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. Remember that when they were in Brooklyn, when it was him, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen and Joe Harris. What's up with it? What's up with it, Jelly Bean? 4280. Y'all go subscribe to Jelly Bean. You said Bill is not a franchise player. Yeah, I mean, he's proven that. Bradley Bill always he's gonna need a complimentary player. He's gonna need a complimentary player. And the thing about it is that I wouldn't have never thought this about Spencer Dinwiddie because Spencer Dinwiddie, when he was in Brooklyn, when they didn't have KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, they were on their way to actually doing something there. When they had Karis LeVert and all them, and then it was like, you know, he left. He ended up getting hurt and everything, and then people were wondering if he was going to be the same. Now, do I think he's washed up like Mojo said? No, I don't. Nah, he's not washed up. He's still relatively young. And then this is a year after coming back. Man, sometimes it takes time. Like you're gonna see with Klay Thompson every now and again, stuff is gonna bother you, especially when you're talking about your knee, your MCL, ACL, Achilles, ankle, any of that stuff. Every now and then, it's gonna mess with you. Yeah, he needs a complimentary player. And look, not hey, sometimes as a player you just can't carry everything by yourself. I've always liked Bradley Bill, even when he was at Florida. But after a while, I began to see, okay, he can't do all this, by himself. He's not that John Morant type of player. I don't think he is healthy yet. It takes 2 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is though, they're complaining about his production. They're looking at the 38% that he's shooting. I'll drop the link too if you want to get into, man. Um, you know, this is huge right here because Washington was really turning this thing around. They started off, like I said, they started off 10-3. They was on fire. You hear me? They were on fire. It was Washington they were talking about. They were talking about Chicago, and they were talking about Cleveland. He got injured and he started to lose his NBA edge. At best, he's a G League player. No, he's not, man. No, he's not. That's cap right there, bro. He's not no G League player. What are you talking about? The year before he got hurt, he was 20. He was averaging 20.6 points, man. You got to come stronger than that, my brother. Way, way, way stronger than that. Listen, it's easy for you to say that he's a G League player, and this is after you talk about a guy that got hurt, and he's been out a year. When you don't play basketball if you don't play basketball for a long time, and a long time is a year, a long time is 6 months, a long time is a month in basketball. Basketball is about rhythm. Um, it's about timing more so in football, but it still involves timing. Said Coos Tread will take a back seat, but Bradley gonna do it. It's too conflicted. Okay, now you talking. Okay, I agree with that. That right there, they haven't been getting along, but it's really Bradley Bill and Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, he took the net. Yeah, with the combination of Jared Allen, Joe Harris, and Karis LeVert. They had a squad, man. People were wondering, who are these guys? And Spencer Dinwiddie, he could score, man. Spencer Dinwiddie, man. I mean, he was, you know, there was some shots that he would take that would be, ill advised sometimes, but for the most part, he was hooping, man. Yeah, he got to be a leader. He's been there the longest. That's been his team. And see, the thing about it is John Wall left you, and everybody was blaming John Wall for everything. Hey, you remember that, JC? Before John Wall had left, guess who was the fall guy? It was John Wall. Russell Westbrook got there. They tried to blame a little bit on Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook actually, they don't give him credit. Russell Westbrook was the one that brought y'all, that helped to lead y'all back, because y'all went from at the bottom and then ended up being able to get into the playoffs. Said Bradley Bill is not a complete player, and he's declining every moment as we speak. Uh, I, look, to say decline, I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm just gonna say that he needs a complimentary. He needs a complimentary player. He's still productive. You got to think about it too. At one point he was leading the league in scoring last year until Steph took over. Steph ended up taking over as the leading league scoring um, after he went off. After he went off a couple of those games, and then Bradley Bill was second. You said John Wall stay hurt. What's the excuse? What is it? Not well. Yeah, John Wall was hurt, but before he got hurt, he was actually trying to make. He was explosive and everything. But they had criticized John Wall a lot. I wish that John Wall wouldn't have got hurt. However, Bradley, what I'm trying to say, Jelly Bean, is that Bradley Bill doesn't have any excuse now. You got pieces around you now. You got a cleanup guy in Montrezl Harrell that can rebound and do dirty work. You got Kyle Kuzma, which I don't give a fuck what nobody say about Kyle Kuzma. I don't like all the pink ass sweaters he be wearing and all that shit. But the motherfucker can hoop. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Kuzma, he got caught up in a situation where he had to play, make an adjustment playing with LeBron and stuff. He went from averaging like 17 and 16 and stuff, and then all the way his production dropped, because he just wasn't happy. Then on top of that, you got to realize they got motherfucking, they brought in Spencer Dinwiddie. They got the new coach in Wes Unseld Jr., who was really the coach. Not to take anything from Mike Malone, but he was really the coach over there in Denver. You ask anybody, but they've lost their edge, man. Bill's style will work with Embiid. Nah, I don't want him. I don't want him over there with us. I don't. If I want anybody with Embiid, um, I would like a Jeremy Grant or somebody like that. Um, somebody that like you need somebody that don't mind. He gonna get his, but he don't mind giving up the ball and stuff like that. I think what we have is fine right now. Like a Maxi type. Like Tyrese Maxey, what we have is fine because Tyrese Maxey can also score, but he can also distribute the ball too as well. Right now our main focus is to make sure that we get even more athletic and more energetic. That's what the Sixers focus is right now. You know, Ben Simmons, the Ben Simmons situation is likely not to go anywhere. They would try. Hey, that's what JC. You gotta make sure you hit the notification. I already reported on that. The Wizards are one of the teams that are reaching for Jeremy Grant. The Wizards, the Clippers, the Bulls, everybody trying to get their hands on Jeremy Grant. LA was trying to get him too. But the thing about it, I'm talking about the Lakers, but he said he didn't want to play with LeBron. And absolutely, that would be a damn good move right there. But Jeremy Grant right now, he just like shit. I might as well just go ahead and just stay in Detroit. But don't say Spencer Dinwiddie shooting 311 when he not being aggressive. He getting garbage points. Like exactly. He's shooting three. Look, Mojo Jojo. Look, let me read off to you. All right, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to the season, man. Okay, let's let's just let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back. Excuse me. All right, now check this out. Okay, and I want to start all the way at the beginning of the season because I want you to see that his he started off somewhat decent. It wasn't like okay, this was always taking place. All right, now hold on, hold on, hold on one second. Was it games? Okay, now, all right, all right. Let's take it back. Let's take it back all the way back to October. Okay, let's take it back all the way to October. All right, y'all listening to me? Check this out, man. Check it out. Y'all won two straight, right? Spencer Dinwiddie had 34. Spencer Dinwiddie had 34 in the win against uh what you call it, and then win against Indiana. Y'all won against Toronto. Y'all lost against y'all lost against motherfucking y'all lost against Brooklyn, and Bradley Bill, he only scored 19 in that game. Let's take a look at that loss. Hold on. Now, at that point, y'all were 2-1. Uh, the high points, y'all won three straight. Okay, at that point, y'all were 5-1. Y'all lost two straight. Y'all lost two straight, right? And y'all lost against Atlanta and Toronto. Y'all ended up winning. At that point, y'all were what? That would be y'all were 5-3. Y'all won y'all won five straight, right? Y'all won against Memphis. Y'all won against Milwaukee. And I know during that time Milwaukee was going through what they're going through. Y'all beat Cleveland, y'all beat Orlando, and y'all beat New Orleans. Dinwiddie was the leading scorer in two of those games, right? Y'all were 10-3 at that point. Y'all took two L's after that. Bradley Beal was the leading scorer in both of those games. Then y'all were 11-5. Y'all beat Miami. Then y'all lost against Charlotte. Then y'all lost against New Orleans. Y'all won two more. Y'all won against OKC. Y'all won against Dallas. Then you lost against the Spurs. You won against. You started. Your record started going down. Then you won against Minnesota. Then you lost three straight. You lost to Cleveland. You lost to Toronto. You lost to Indiana. Y'all lost to the same. Y'all lost to the same teams that y'all beat earlier in the season. Y'all beat Detroit. By that time, y'all were 15-11. And then after that, y'all lost four straight. Y'all lost four straight. Y'all lost to Utah. Y'all lost to Denver. Y'all lost to Sacramento, and y'all lost to Phoenix, right? And then in some of those games, Spencer Dinwiddie actually was the leading. He was the leading scorer, but it wasn't in any quality wins or anything like that. I mean, y'all beat New York. He had 21, and then y'all lost two straight, and he scored 17. He was the leading scorer, and he was the leading scorer when y'all were right at 500 at 17-17 against Miami, and he scored 24. And the other game that he done good was back in that was back on the 15th, and he had 27. Other than that, ever since then, he has he has had some poor shooting slumps. But what I'm saying is that earlier in the season, he was doing a lot better. Y'all went on uh, a combination of three different streaks. Y'all went on a two-game winning streak to start it off. Y'all lost. Then a three-game winning streak. Then a five-game winning streak. And Spencer Dinwiddie was the leading scorer in several of those games. So it wasn't like Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing like shit the whole entire season, man. You know, nah, Kyle Kuzma don't need to be like. Look, he don't need to be an all star. But Kyle Kuzma been hooping though. He's been pretty consistent, especially on the rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, he's put up. Let's see, he put up 29, 36, 27, 29, 30. He put up 30 the other day against Memphis. You know, so we can't sit up here and just say that he's been struggling the whole entire season, man. This is something that just happened, man. I hope he didn't, man, Mojo. I hope he didn't, man. I really hope he didn't, man. Yep. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. I'm going ahead and get up out of here, man. Like the video, share, subscribe. You know, you said Spence has bigger shots than Bill. Yeah, his points have been impactful. That's one thing that I can say about Spencer Dinwiddie, man. His points have been impactful though. But like I said, man, make sure you look it up though, Jay Steves, man. You know, I ain't gonna put nothing out there, you know, that's a lie or anything. That's just like I had to backtrack. I was about to, you know, about the whole Tom Brady situation, you know, until the media, you know what I'm saying, you know, they put it out there and everything, and I had to, you know, go back and, you know, it's a false alarm, you know what I'm saying? He didn't retire. So definitely not gonna give you no fake ass news. None of the brothers do that in the LDBC. But y'all hit the like button, subscribe, um also hit the notifications, share the video too. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I'll holler at y'all later.